Hello, uh, welcome to my new video. Today I will try to talk about the post-1980 coup period. In my previous video, I talked about a long time period, actually, the 1960s, and the overthrow of Menderes government and the elections in the 1960s, and also 1971 military intervention, the memorandum, the Demirel governments, and the 1980 coup. I try to cover these issues. Today, I will try to cover the post-1980 coup period. So today, I will share my screen. I have a presentation here, and I think I'm right now sharing my screen, I guess. Okay, this is my screen, yes. Yes, today I'll talk about the 1980 coups afterwards. So the developments that happened after September 12, 1980 coup. So let's continue. First of all, I want to make a reference to Larry Diamond. Larry Diamond is a political scientist who works on democratization literature. According to Larry Diamond, in his book published in 1999, yes, democratic credentials of a regime can be listed as the following. Elected officials must control the state and key decisions. The power of government institutions should constrain the executive power. No group can be denied the right to form a political party and contest elections. So this is what a democratic regime requires. So there are some other scholars that I want to make reference to, and they are also famous in terms of the democratic consolidation literature, Juan Linz and A.Stepan. According to Linz and Stepan, democratic consolidation means that when democracy becomes the only game in town, this means that democracy in this country is consolidated. This means that there is an effective functioning of a democratic regime. I'm right now. I want to cover the post-1980 coup era in Turkey. So one of the most important aspects of this era is the drafting of a new constitution. So 1982 constitution. So how can we summarize the characteristics of this constitution? There is centralization of power. So in this constitution, there is an increase of presidential and military powers. The legislature was reduced to one chamber. Universities were returned to state control. This means the Institute of Higher Education, YÖK. Restrictions of political parties, labor unions, and other professional associations. Strong censorship and powers to the government. The electoral law was changed after this constitution, so 10% threshold was adopted as a new electoral threshold. The post-1980 period. The role of the president in Turkish politics is important in this regard. According to the 1982 constitution, I don't know if you can see my presentation right now, because it seems a little bit small, I guess. So I will try to make it bigger. If I don't know which. So if I do it like, no, I didn't do it like that. Okay. Sorry, where are we right now? We are here. The post-1980 period, the role of the president in Turkish politics. So, according to the constitution, the president is in favor for a single 7-year term selected by 2/3 of majority of the parliament. The president has to break ties with his or her party once elected. Today, it is not the case, you know. Appointments of chief of general staff, chief public prosecutor, and members of the constitutional court. So these 3 points are about the roles of the president. If we are to look the post-1980 period from the economic perspective, there are some basic and important developments regarding economic field. One of these is about liberalization of the economy. This means that shift from import substitution to export orientation, less control over private sector, opening Turkish economy to world market. Inflation was percent in 1980. Sorry, 180% in 1980, dropped to 29% in 1986. The years between 1980 and 1990, the value of exports increased from $2 billion to $13 billion. In terms of political developments, Turgut Özal was the primary political leader of that time being. Özal was the leader of Motherland, Anavatan Partisi. The Motherland Party emerged as a catch-all party, and it had well-formulated and clearly explained policies. Özal rule. Following the military regime, the Motherland Party, established by Özal in 1983, ruled the country for 6 years, from 1983 to 1989. Like his contemporaries in office, namely Ronald Reagan in USA and Margaret Thatcher in UK, Özal considered political discourse by articulating conservative elements with liberal ones, being as such the representative of the New Right ideology in the Turkish context. Özal is often cited as the architect of January 2498 reform package. So January 2498 reform package was an attempt to liberalize Turkish economy. However, the government couldn't implement the reforms due to violence between far right and far left. He rose through the ranks gradually to eventually be appointed as an undersecretary at the prime ministry shortly before the 1980 coup that paved the way for his political career. So Özal's background here, political background. Özal was known to support the rise of Turkish Kurdish minority and implied that his grandmother was also Kurdish. So Özal was of Kurdish origin. During 1991 Persian Gulf War, Özal led Turkey to join the UN coalition against Iraq. He remained in office until dying in the capital, Ankara. So these are my let me say, PowerPoint presentation. And today I try to cover the post-1980 coup period based on my presentation. I will upload my presentation in my academia profile, and I will put some notes under this video. In my next video, I will talk about the 1990s. So I will talk about the rise of identity politics. I'll talk about Necmettin Erbakan and National Outlook movement. Today, I try to cover Özal era. And thanks for listening to me. Thank you very much.